in my work, what I see as really giving me a lot of hope is when people realize those manuals, those 5-step programs, those easy peasy 1, 2, 3, don't worry, we'll all get out of this, keep hope alive moments, when those die and people realize, oh no, this problem is 17 times bigger than we thought it was. That's hopeful to me. That's when I feel like, okay, now we can get the work done. I think the worst thing we can do right now is to feed or in some way string together superficial solutions and hopefulness for the sake of making ourselves feel better. That seems like, one step up from a comfort drug. It's when people are most hopeless that I feel we have the most hope. The way that we learn to make sense of our world in school is by dividing things into pieces. First you go to math class, then you go to social studies, then you go to history, writing and reading, and then you do this, and then you do that, and all these things are separate, and then at the end of the day you do sports, and then you go home, and it's separate. And then we take that understanding of survival in our world through separate categories and fragmentation, and we stamp it on the next thing. How do we make sense of our economy? How do we make sense of our family? How do we make sense of our identity? How do we make sense of politics? That abductive process of description, how one context describes another, that's the piece where I think the biggest amount of stuckness lies, but also where the unstuckness lies. If we want to get unstuck, it's there. If we're talking about systems change, we're talking about perceiving the world in another way. That's really the first step.